My name is Ava Krapanza, and my topic was on osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a disease that thins and weakens the bones of one's body. It can develop when bone removal outpaces bone formation. It's typically called the silent thief because it can occur with no signs or symptoms at all. Osteoporosis leads to bone fragility and an increased risk of fractures of the hip, spine, and wrist. In the U.S., millions of people either already have this disease or they are at a high risk due to the low bone mass. The main population affected by osteoporosis is older women. This is because bone loss is generally linked to the hormone estrogen. Younger women and men can get this disease, but typically you always see it more in women. Prevalence of the disease. In the United States in 2010, more than 10 million adults aged 50 years and older had osteoporosis. In 2015, as many as 2 million Medicare beneficiaries sustained 2.3 million osteoporotic fractures. Risk factors for osteoporosis often include getting older, being small and thin, if you have a family history of osteoporosis, taking certain medications like cortisone, certain anti-seizure meds, and even cancer medications, being a white or Asian woman, not getting adequate exercise, having low bone density, and smoking or drinking excessive amounts of alcohol. Your bones are in a constant state of renewal. When you're young, your body makes new bone faster than it breaks down old bone, and your bone mass increases. But as people age, their bone mass is lost faster than it's created. One of the most common causes of osteoporosis is estrogen deficiency in women. Bone loss accelerates after menopause when the older women have a quick drop in estrogen. Over time, the risk of osteoporosis and fracture increases as older women lose more bone than they replace. Other hormone imbalances that can affect and cause osteoporosis include the parathyroid hormone and growth hormone. These play a huge role in regulating bone density, but having too much of these hormones can cause calcium loss in the urine at the expense of bone. Bones are the reservoir for two minerals, calcium and phosphorus. The body always needs a constant level of calcium. When these organs need calcium, they will steal it from the mineral storehouse in your bones. So over time, as you deplete the mineral reservoir in your bones, you end up with thin and brittle bones. The balance between bone reabsorption and bone deposition is based on two cell types. You have osteoclasts, which break down bone tissue, and osteoblasts, which build new bone. Osteoclasts are endowed with highly active ion channels in the cell membrane that pump protons into the extracellular space, thus lowering the pH in their own microenvironment. The balance between the activities of these two cells governs whether bone is made, maintained, or lost. Estrogen, parathyroid hormone, and to a lesser extent, testosterone, are essential for bone development. Estrogen effectors are mediated through estrogen receptor alpha. These are found on the surface of osteoblasts, which play a role in regulating bone cells. Prostaglandins stimulate both resorption and formation of bone. Prostaglandin E2 is a lipid that is formed in various bone cells from a precursor called arachidonic acid. The first step on PGE2 synthesis is carried out by an enzyme called COX2, and inhibitors of this enzyme can prevent bone formation. Overall, how many of these hormones impact bone remodeling depends on how they alter osteoclast or osteoblast activity. Early detectable signs of bone loss are very rare. If you do have signs and symptoms, they typically include receding gums, a weaker grip strength, back or neck pain, and loss of height. The body organ systems that are affected by osteoporosis include the musculoskeletal system because the bones are being torn away, the central nervous system because in a serious case the nervous system is affected and one may experience numbness or tingling. There are many common therapeutic modalities that can help treat osteoporosis. One includes biphosphonates. These are a prescribed medication They promote the apoptosis of osteoclasts, actively engaged in the degradation of mineral on the bone surface. They have become the primary therapy for managing skeletal conditions characterized by increased osteoclast-mediated bone resorption. Estrogen can also help maintain bone density. Raloxifene mimics estrogen's beneficial effects on bone density in postmenopausal women. There are also many bone-building medications that can help. This includes romosozumab, given as an injection every month. There are also prevention methods that people can take. These include getting enough calcium and vitamin D, engaging in regular exercise, eating more fruits and vegetables, and avoiding any heavy drinking or smoking.